Stop, don't do it. Don't make these marketing mistakes. Today, we're going to do 3 marketing mistakes that I see a lot of creative entrepreneurs making, how to avoid making them, plus I'm sharing with you my 2-part process for how to grow your business and not fall into these marketing pitfalls. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first marketing mistake that I see a lot of creative entrepreneurs doing, especially in the early days of their business, is that they are trying to be like everybody else, aka their competition. And I know whenever you're first starting out and you see another entrepreneur that is really successful, and inevitably you want to replicate that so that you can create success for yourself. But honestly, you find success whenever you harness your differences. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more with my 2-step process. And this is going to help you really grow your business. And so part 1 of that is going to be your offer. And I want to actually take a look at one of our past clients, Jenny Engel. Before we started working together, she was known as a natural, heartfelt photographer. Not entirely sure what that means, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Whenever we started going through the signature experience and started defining who she wanted to work with and where her heart really was, we rebranded her into a documentary photographer for foster and adoptive families. And so now, instead of a natural, heartfelt photographer, people know exactly what she does, a documentary photographer, and they know exactly who she serves, foster and adoptive families. And so now there is no confusion around her offer, but she is also standing out from the competition. So give me a thumbs up if this is making sense and you're understanding. Now, the second part of that, because Jenny is trying to attract a certain type of clientele, she went ahead and put together an offering that is exactly for them. And so let's take a look. If we go to the experience page, she has created an exclusive membership. And so one of the things that is included is a photo book, a year's worth of photos, because for a lot of adoptive and foster families, they don't have any photos of themselves growing up or any keepsakes. And so she has crafted this offer with her ideal client in mind. Niching down really does give you the power to craft your own signature service. Now, I talk more about brand messaging in my video, How to Stand Out from the Crowd, and so I'm going to link to that up above and also down in the comments, so you can check that out if you want to learn more about how to craft a brand message that's going to stand out from the crowd. All right, the second marketing mistake that I see people fall into is going to be not making your message simple. So have you ever heard a saying similar to confused customers don't buy? If you've heard something similar to that, give me a thumbs up, because confusion really does equal inaction. Whenever somebody's confused about what it is that you offer, what your message is, who you serve, then they're not going to take action. So think about what your ideal client is saying whenever they're talking about your service, whenever they're looking for somebody like you. And another good thing is to go into Facebook groups. How are they asking for your services, or how are they trying to hire someone like you? I can almost guarantee you that nobody is saying, does anybody know a natural, heartfelt photographer? They're probably not asking for that, but they might say something similar to, hey, does anybody know a photographer to document our adoption day at the courthouse? Which, of course, that's automatically going to bring Jenny Engel to mind for anybody else in that Facebook group, or if they search, adoption photographer, Jenny Engel's going to pop up for those things. So it's really clear what her offer is and who she serves, and that is going to immensely grow your business. Now, the third marketing mistake is, you're going to roll your eyes. You're going to be like, well, of course, Amanda. Don't invest in marketing that doesn't show a return on investment, or sometimes called ROI. And I know that sounds silly to say, but and this one is especially for wedding pros. I know people who pay for the knot or wedding wire, and they spend $6,000 $1,000+ on a membership. Unless you can show actual proof that you got at least double on your return on investment from a service like that, then you're throwing money down the drain. So go back, look at 2019, probably not 2020, because we know what a dumpster fire that was, especially for the wedding world. But if we go back to 2019, you should be able to at least identify, if it's $6,000 you paid for the knot or wedding wire, you should be able to identify at least $12,000 worth of business that came to you from those sources. And this also goes in line with on your contact form, which I know a lot of you do not have this question, and you need to pause this video and go at it right now. Where did you find us, or how did you hear about me? So that way you can understand where your leads are coming from and you know what is a good return on investment. For us, we spend a lot of time on Instagram, but I know that a lot of my leads come from Instagram. So my time spent there is good use. It's good ROI. And so I want you to be doing the same so that you are not wasting your money on this marketing mistake of stuff that is not returning your money and time back to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You got a lot of good help from it. If you did, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. You can even subscribe if you really liked it. Then go ahead and you'll want to tune into the next video that I talked about earlier, how to stand out from the crowd to really help you craft that brand message. Thanks, guys.